What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, more and more reports are continuously to surface regarding the rematch with former Unified 3-belt WBA, WBC, IBF welterweight world champion superstar boxer Errol "The Truth" Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr. is 28 wins, 1 loss now, no draws, 22 big wins by way of knockout. He is 33 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach. With that said, Errol Spence has suffered the first loss of his career. He suffered the first setback and the first stoppage. A lot of firsts took place. July 29th, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena, when he dared to be great, attempted to become the first undisputed 4 major sanction belt welterweight world champion, when he took on and challenged in a unification bout for undefeated 3-division world champion, now 2-division undisputed world champion, former junior welterweight undisputed world champion, and the reigning undisputed welterweight world champion, who is widely recognized and acknowledged as the #1 best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, in Terrence "Bud" Crawford. Terrence Crawford is now 40 wins, no losses, no draw, 31 big wins by way of knockout. He is 35 years of age, 5'8", with a 74-inch arm reach. He'll be 36 September 28th. With that said, they finally fought in a highly anticipated mega showdown between the two, a fight that was anticipated for years. The biggest fight on paper as competitive in the last 40 years. The most anticipated fight in the last decade. They finally got it done. And Errol Spence, he came up short big time. He got dropped in the 2nd round, dropped twice in the 7th round, and then stopped in the 9th round. And got dominated in this fight. He lost all but the 1st round. Now, Errol Spence, he had a rematch clause. They agreed that the loser would have a rematch clause, would have 30 working business days to activate a rematch clause to fight, and the winner would have the opportunity to get a bigger split, bigger share of the pie in the rematch, and choose what weight class it was at, because both have overstayed their welcome at 147. Okay? And so, with that said, Errol Spence lost, obviously. He activated the rematch clause. And now Terrence Crawford has some steep stipulations. That is leading reports to state that Errol Spence is now planning for other options, planning for a different route, right? That Errol Spence is possibly looking to go a different route now, okay? Now, Errol Spence is, looking at different options, because now Terrence Crawford stated that, according to these reports, he wants the fighter to be at a catchweight, or if he goes to 154 to junior middleweight, then he wants to get more money. Errol Spence has already signed and petitioned to be a 154-pounder. He's now recognized as a 154-pound junior middleweight. Errol Spence, after the fight, immediately stated that he wanted to have the rematch immediately in December, but at 154. Terrence Crawford initially stated in the post-fight press conference he was willing to oblige, and that he was thankful that Errol Spence was able to concede to everything he wanted, and vice versa, and it wasn't because of the two of them, this fight would not have happened, right? Okay, so now, according to these reports, things have changed. They took a turn. And now Terrence Crawford is stating that he wants to have, a catch weight at 148 with a 10-pound rehydration clause, which is apparently rubbing Errol Spence the wrong way in his team. And now they're looking for different options. One option is possibly to fight, because now he's ranked number 3 or 4 in the WBC junior middleweight top 10 contenders. And so many people are now saying that it's being reported that Sebastian Fundora, who was the WBC interim or regular champion and was the mandatory for the WBC title, who got knocked out by Mendoza, Sebastian Fundora, the Towering Inferno. Sebastian Fundora is 25 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw. He is 6'5" with an 81-inch arm reach. Extremely an anomaly to fight at 154 pounds. Nonetheless, it looks like Mendoza, who knocked out Sebastian Fundora, could now be fighting against Tszyu, right? Which is a good fight. He could possibly now be fighting against Tszyu, who was being reported to being moved up to and elevated to the WBO super champion. Tszyu is an undefeated Australian star boxer who was the WBO mandatory challenger. And both was the mandatory challenger, the 3-time junior middleweight world champion, and undisputed junior middleweight world champion, superstar boxer Jamel Ironman Charlo. So now there's reports that Errol Spence can possibly be pursuing Tszyu, who's the WBO champion. As I said, I thought that was a good move to begin with, and not actually activate the rematch clause and let your body heal, become a 2-division world champion. It's a better sell to the public after what they witnessed. Nonetheless, I thought that would have been a good fight for Errol Spence. But people are saying that he could possibly pursue Sebastian Fundora in his next fight, as that's the plan B now. Okay. So with that said, this is not true. Errol Spence is solely focused on this rematch with Terrence Crawford. Errol Spence wants to get his get back. He's focused on Terrence Crawford. He's focusing on, rectifying, that loss. And he wants to prove to not only himself, the fans, the boxing world, that what we saw July 29th was in fact just not him. He wasn't himself. Many people feel like he was weight drained. Close friend, brother figure, Yellow Beezy, is like his brother. He said, it had to be the weight. He had to be weight drained. Can't be no other reason. He just didn't look like himself. Many people are searching for rhymes and reason as to why Errol Spence looked the way he looked. And one main reason is the weight. And Errol Spence, he wants this rematch clause to take place at 154. And so with that said, okay, he don't have any plans to go in no other direction. Now, if he's forced to, obviously, to go in a different direction, then obviously he has to go in a different direction, right? That's if he's forced to go in a different direction. But nonetheless, like I stated, right, Errol Spence, sorry people, the lights was going off. Errol Spence, no doubt, is a competitor. He's a warrior. And he wants to rectify the situation. He wants to get his get back. So his sole focus is on Terrence Crawford. Again, he can't make 147 pounds. He's not even going to attempt to do it. And the reports is the catch weight of 148. That's not a catch weight. With a 10-pound rehydration clause, which means that Errol Spence can't weigh more than 158 pounds the night of the fight. Now, he weighed more than 158 pounds the first fight. So why would Terrence Crawford put a rehydration clause for the rematch? That simply does not make sense. Okay? Again, like I said, there was no rehydration clause for the first fight, and he weighed over 158 pounds. He gained more than 10 pounds. He rehydrated more than 10 pounds the night of the fight. So why would Terrence Crawford put a rehydration clause? But nonetheless, if that were to be the case, Errol Spence would then have to go to plan B, which plan B would make sense to go to fight Sebastian Fundora. I like the fight with Tszyu. I think Tszyu would take it because Errol Spence is still a big name in the sport of boxing. He's a big draw in the sport of boxing. That's a big fight for Tszyu. So I like the Tszyu fight. That's a bigger fight for Tszyu than Mendoza. So, and Errol Spence could go the route of trying to make himself the WBC mandatory challenger, beating Sebastian Fundora. Then he would have to beat Mendoza. So, again, unless Errol Spence is 1,000% forced to go in a different direction, the reports that Errol Spence is seeking to go in a different direction, he's seeking a plan B, that's simply not true. He's 1,000% focused on this rematch with Terrence Crawford. So, let's see how this unfolds and plays out. And that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. That's all I got for y'all. I'm going. Peace.